All right, folks, what is going on? What is going on? It is a pleasure to have you. Today, I've got a very, very special guest. It's a fantastic honor to be in the facility in Training Zone. And I've got none other than the co-founder of Training Zone and the star himself, Olivier Falcis.
Yes, sir.
Pleasure to be here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
you so much.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anytime. Anytime. I've got so many questions, but the first thing I always do with my podcast is I give flowers where they're due ahead of time, guys. So when I came out and I first met Olivier pulled up in his Audi and he was super slick, very humble guy. And all I've ever seen him do in this facility, guys, is work. He's painting, he's building, he's wiring, he's doing the flooring, he's building the machines. Olivier is all over the place. And I think the world needs to hear and see the guy behind all the maintenance, all the work, and then some of the coaching. If you guys have seen some of my videos, I was actually being coached by Olivier and pushed to go to the next level.
That's right.
And I think it's time now that we get to hear Olivier's story in full, get to hear how he got into fitness and where this all began. So Olivier, just before I start this, it's an honor to be here.
Thank you.
And I think the world is ready to hear how this goes. So the first question I have for you is this. Fitness, where did you start and where does the story begin for you?
So fitness goes pretty far back for me. I would say around 2016.
2016, okay.
So my background with fitness, I've had zero fitness. The only recreational sport I've ever done was back in high school. And bro, you would have people can confirm this from high school, okay?
Okay.
So the only sport I ever played was rugby.
Okay. All right.
And I would remember, I would always complain when I have to stay after school for practice because I wanted to go home and play video games. I got high school friends, Jonathan Boomerang, if you ever see this, Mark Matundan, if you guys ever see this, they can confirm that
Verify.
I would always complain that I wanted to go home instead of practice because I wanted to play video games.
Oh, man.
But
Yeah.
to get back into the fitness thing, that was just like, a little history in terms of my fitness. But
So started out with rugby.
right, yeah. But my fitness started 2016.
Right.
And that was because of John Pineda. He is the other co-founder of this gym.
Shout out to John. John is
Shout
doing
out
his
to
thing.
John, he's outside.
He's
but-
literally behind this camera right now doing some type of call. It's either coaching, it's either mentoring, or he's prospecting. This guy's always working. So shout out to John. He's a legend.
Everyone here is locked in.
Yeah.
But so 2016, it was summer. John invited me into a powerlifting meet. So it was Apex Gym. I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure they're still around. Apex Gym, but that was my first exposure to powerlifting itself.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
And I thought it was very fun. It was very high energy, just like a lot of powerlifting meets are very high and very amped up. A lot of screaming, a lot of cheering. And I liked it. I had a very positive experience with it. And looking back to it now, I liked the sport, and I knew that I wanted to make a change in terms of my personal fitness. So, John having achieved such high pedigree on the sport, very knowledgeable guy, he's been wanting me to join him on that sport even before 2016.
Right.
So John started gym, I would say, when we were in high school. I met him in grade 10. He started lifting then. So I would say that was like 2012, if I was like, somewhat accurate. But he's been wanting me to get into it, but I never got the interest in it up until 2016. So that's like my entire, where everything started.
For you. Okay.
So I got introduced to powerlifting. I found out that I had natural strength for squatting. That was one of the biggest things that
Really?
I was very into. Like,
Wow.
I started squatting, and I would say I got up to like 275 even on like my first session,
Wow.
which is already like
That's pretty insane.
Yeah, people say like 315 is like a very like
High number.
good number for
Yeah, we're talking
people.
3 plates.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Wow.
So I had a natural talent for it.
Yeah.
So I worked up on it. I found out, powerlifting is only three movement, squat, bench, deadlift. And, I found that my biggest flaws in terms of why I didn't want to do fitness, which was, insecurity. I found that my insecurity was actually forgotten whenever I do powerlifting stuff, because for the most part, people don't pay attention to how you look. People pay attention on how you
perform.
lift, right?
True.
So I use that more as a pushing method to
train,
to keep going, to to enjoy. I found that, hey, you know what? Even though I just started, I do respectable numbers. So I was able to keep at it, and it took away my mind from the idea of I'm going to the gym because I'm losing weight. My mentality shift into, I'm going to the gym because I wanted to do better. I wanted to train. I wanted to achieve more. Right. So that in turn made it very seamless for me to get into the gym. I naturally just started going every day. It became a part of my routine. I never had that phase where, I'm going to the gym because
I have to do it.
Weight. Yeah, I never had that mentality, right? So it was good in that sense. So
hold on, Oliver, real quick. We're gonna go in that direction. I love this. But you hit so many good points. So the one point you really hit that was so well is a lot of people watching this are at that stage where you were in, where you kind of didn't really want to go to the gym. Okay. You had the insecurities, right?
Okay.
So let's talk to that person who has the insecurities and they didn't get that push. They didn't have John in the corner, or they didn't have the natural squatting ability, right? How would you coach that person who's stuck, who's insecure, and they don't want to go to the gym for whatever said reason, and maybe they do have the fat loss to go through? How would you coach that person from your experience?
So when you ask that question, I think of many perspectives, right?
Sure thing. Yeah.
So I'll tell you what goes through my head.
Sure.
So one of my perspective is this. Well, do you have health problems? Right? If you have health problems, then it kind of becomes non-negotiable for you to go. Right?
A necessity.
Exactly. I met people who say, hey, I got diagnosed with this. The main thing, or most common, is diabetes. I find that people, hey, I got diagnosed with diabetes. What can I do? Well, realistically, there's only two things that you can do. You can start eating healthier, or you can start getting into fitness so that your body ends up regulating sugar much better. Right? So actually, again, so let's go back, because I'm gonna end up talking about that perspective. The perspective as well. Do you have a goal? Why do you want to go in the first place? Oftentimes, and I've said this to other people before, when I'm looking for clients, I'm not the type of person who is very pushy and would sell you into training. I prefer to work with people who naturally want to go already.
So they have the intrinsic motivation.
Exactly, because I tell this to others, I can't push someone who doesn't want to do it in the first place.
100%.
It becomes more like a chore. We're gonna develop a very bad relationship in the sense of like, well, you're paying me, so I gotta push you, but you're not really listening, or you're not really locked in. You're not really trying to follow. And we're not gonna have a good time. I'll tell you that right now. We're not gonna have a good time. But if your main concern is, well, I'm just insecure, or I don't know where to start, I'll tell you one thing right now. Okay? If you come to our gym, that's one of the main things that we're trying to kind of change in terms of how people think, right? Oftentimes you'll see reels saying, go to the gym, no one really pays attention to you. It's true. It's 100% true. No one pays attention to you when you're in the gym. So the insecurity of, what if other people are watching me, or what if I have bad form? Don't think too much about it. If you have bad form, right? If you have the knowledge to say, hey, you know what? If you can self-analyze and say you have bad form, think of it as actually a positive thing, because now you're correcting yourself. Don't feel bad if other people see you with a bad form. Who cares? Tomorrow you're not going to see that person, so why does it why does it bother you mentally so much, right?
So true.
So I mean, when it comes to fitness, or when it comes to like getting started, one of the main thing I would for sure ask yourself is, do you really want to do it? That's the biggest thing. If your answer is already no, I'm telling you, yes, you can push yourself to go, but you end up not loving the process, which is one of the most important things.
Powerful.
Oftentimes,
Yeah.
people, the main thing that really turns away people from fitness is the fact that it feels like a chore.
A responsibility. Like I have to do it.
I gotta do it.
Yeah.
I gotta do it.
I have to go to the gym.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
but once you delete that mentality and you end up just going for fun, you'll naturally see the development. When you're not putting yourself in the restriction of say like, hey, you know, I gotta lose this by this much, then unless of course it's warranted. Right, like for example, you're competing for a show, then of course you have a deadline, right? But
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
don't have a deadline and you're just trying to do it for like health reasons, for life choices, that kind of stuff, you don't have to do such a big drastic change. Just do something small. You do it enough of times, and you'll notice a difference. And the main thing is don't put too much pressure on it. It has to
Don't put
be
too much pressure on it,
a
okay.
natural want. It has to be something that you just becomes like a part of your day, something that goes through. Don't think of it as, oh, I got to do this.
So to paraphrase, you're saying first thing is find the intrinsic motivation.
Yeah.
Right. Make small steps.
Yeah.
Right. And then find if it's a need and clarify if it's a need.
Oh yeah. No,
Okay.
for
Beautiful.
sure, yeah,
Okay. I love that. That's powerful. Now going back to your story.
Sure.
So you got into training and powerlifting and all that, and you're in the heat of it. Where did it start picking up for you? Where you started seeing it as more than just a little hobby? Because I've seen you in the gym. Your numbers are very impressive. So at some point there has to be a switch. So where was that switch for you?
So growing up, naturally, I've always been inspired of those who have done it before. It's not something that like I was very open about or like I highly expressed interest about, but like I remember growing up, I would catch glimpses of like in like YouTube videos, like I would watch like, oh, Arnold's bodybuilding blueprint. I don't even know if that video is still up. If it's still up, bro, go search it up, and you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But I used to like come across like those stories of like people who made it,
Yeah.
people who made something about themselves, legacy, that kind of stuff. Those type of people have always inspired me. So there was a time where I thought I was never big into fitness, like I said, like starting up. So like
crazy.
I would never see myself like being at that point or even being here right now.
Yeah.
Man, if you told me, if I were to go back in time and tell my younger self, you're gonna have a career in fitness and not video games or like engineer or math related, I'd say you're nuts, man.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Oh,
that's my relationship with fitness. That's like how bad it was.
Yeah, and that's why I think it's going to be, this kind of video is going to be so motivational for a lot of people. Because right now, there's a lot of teenagers, a lot of kids that are not naturally inclined.
Okay.
Right? I love hearing your and John's story because I was talking to John with this during our interview.
Okay.
You guys are genetic outliers, right? So it's like fitness is not something that's normal for Filipinos, right? Let alone Filipinos that are at a certain height range, right? Myself included, right?
No, we're very sure.
Myself included, right? So there's a lot of guys that are our height, right? And younger kids who just give up on it and don't even pursue it. So they get into math and science and all this and nursing and doctoring, and they never pursue this because they don't think it's possible for them. That's why I love your story.
It is, trust me, man. The main thing is you got to develop a love for it.
Yes,
That's the biggest thing.
Going into the next point. So powerful. So you identified with it, you pushed through to it, you figured out that you wanted to see, the guys like Arnold that inspired you.
Yeah.
Training Zone. So what's the story with that?
So Training Zone, the gym itself has been John's.
Dream.
Has always been John's dream, John's vision.
Yeah.
So ever since we were young, he's always spoken about wanting to create a gym, having a gym for himself, that kind of stuff. John's fitness career started way before me, and his accolades speaks for itself. His
resume.
His resume is there. You can search him up. Google, something will come up for sure.
Yeah.
But the gym itself has always been John's idea. I got on it because I ended up liking fitness. I ended up seeing so the reason why I got on it is I started having a liking for fitness, and at the same time, I've always been inspired of the entrepreneurial lifestyle, that mindset.
Love it.
Of
Yeah.
having your own work hours, not working 9 to 5. And
Yeah.
I'm not trashing anyone who works 9 to 5. Everyone has their own reason, right?
To work.
Exactly.
Yeah, pay for your bills, take care of your family.
Everyone has to
Yeah.
eat, right?
Yeah.
But like it's okay. Let's go back. I feel like that's too much. But like in
No,
terms
it's
of
powerful.
entrepreneurial lifestyle, like I've always admired that kind of stuff. Those type of stuff is on my reels, bro. You go on my Instagram, you see that kind of stuff. So I guess that kind of like what shaped a lot of my mindset too, growing up, where it's like I see a lot of things as possible. I read a lot of like quotes from greats saying, things are possible, you can do it, that kind of stuff.
Which we firmly believe here.
How the world is only it is what you make it to be.
Yes, sir.
Right? What you chase. Exactly. So, having read that kind of stuff, although it's just words, sometimes it makes an impact. You read enough of it, you see a lot of
changes
it, you start to believe.
It changes you.
Right?
Yep. It changes
So
you. Yep.
okay, going back to training zone. So I got into fitness. I wanted the entrepreneurial lifestyle. I know for a fact that John has always wanted to do it. I'm a very supportive friend, right? So I know, and I see his vision for it too, right? So how he sold me on it, the whole idea, how we would like to bring it up to be what we plan 5 years from now. Everything made sense. Everything connected. Everything was possible.
I love that. I love it.
So like
That gets me inspired.
Yeah, in my head I'm just like, yo. And the thing is, bro, everything is like very, very
Aligned.
No, I mean like it's very surface level. What I'm saying, you guys, what I'm telling you guys right now is very surface level, right? There were times where John and I would sit in the car. We would talk about like owning our own stuff one day.
Yeah.
Making money, doing this.
Yeah.
Doing not we're trying to achieve something that's ours, that kind of stuff, bro.
Yeah.
Like, bro. Yeah.
We got the legend John in the background, guys. As we're coming in here, John can come in and say what's up. Actually, you know what? Take a seat, bro. Take a seat. Come take a seat. Yeah. So the unfortunate thing, I have two legends here. The saddest thing is, it's pretty cool, right?
I've seen that. I've seen this around actually. I've seen that on Instagram.
It's not as good as the DJI.
No,
Trust
are
me.
you sure, bro? I've seen it, bro.
You have the
Absol
one that has
Mosey
a mic,
uses
bro.
this. It gotta be decent, bro.
I think yours is better. Trust me.
I think that's gotta be decent.
So guys, I got two legends with me right now, owners of Training Zone right here. I wish I could do a 1 hour interview, but clearly my camera is about to die. The one thing I want to say is this. Like I always say with your interview, I want to give flowers whenever I can, and I want to do that right now. With you, Oliver, you are a mad workhorse. The stuff that you do behind the scenes to make it happen, the hard work, and then the humility, right? To kind of just motivate people and do your thing continuously. That is powerful. And then John, I don't really need to do too much to give you... We're cleaning.
The resume is right
Yeah, it's right here, guys. I don't know if you guys see this. This is all of John's successes right
Open your
here.
mouth and just pretend that you're saying something.
Yeah.
That's the resume.
Yo, that was we're cleaning right now. I don't know how to hang these. I've never actually hung them. Believe it or not, these stayed in boxes for the last 8 years.
This is incredible. We're
They're
talking.
boxes.
This is at least like over 12 or 15 pieces right here.
I don't even know, bro. I lost count.
It's incredible, man. Your dedication, commitment, right, and then the sacrifices you made. Incredible.
16
No, Apex. That's the one you came at me, bro. Apex is the first. The one you
man.
came at me. I think Apex.
This is what started.
Yeah,
the
that's
story, bro.
yeah.
This is what I was telling you guys about. This is what started my fitness journey, powerlifting right here.
Yeah,
Fitness.
Oliver came at me.
Incredible.
My best handler to date. Seriously, and everything, even bodybuilding. Anyways, yo, flowers, dude. I keep saying this on my stories, but now this is on video and this is going on YouTube, so it's permanent.
Yes,
okay?
sir.
This always gets deleted.
Yes, sir.
All I'm telling you
It's live.
is, for me, I keep telling everyone, it's just like magically things get done at the gym. Everyone asks me, John, how do you do it all? How do you work full time? How do you train these clients? How do you talk to everyone? Still network and
Come
then
on,
have
bro.
the time to finish the gym. I'm like, bro, it's just magic. But the magic is Oliver. That's my secret sauce.
And-
2020, for everyone that was there when we were actually trading, day trading, my secret sauce, all those gains, Oliver.
The magic.
That's my analyst, bro.
The
This is my
magic.
magic sauce.
The
I'm telling you.
magic. You ever seen The Wizard of Oz? You know how he's behind the curtains? Yeah.
Dude, this is my guy. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
And guys, I could verify this because every time I see Oliver, he's doing something different in the
Facts.
gym. He's climbing, doing something. He's building something.
He's
He's painting
sweeping.
something. He's sweeping,
Yeah.
and then it's incredible. And then John, you built this. So this is incredible.
We built this.
You guys
everybody,
did.
bro.
You guys did
Everybody,
this.
everybody did it. Dog,
This
I'm
is
telling
incredible.
you, everyone that's walked in through this door so far before we opened, thank you guys, because you guys helped us build this culture.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, every guest I was brought in from a friend,
Yeah.
thank you. Big shout out, Dion. Big shout out to you, Ethan, man.
It's an honor.
You guys
It's an
did a
honor,
lot.
man.
I'm
It's
telling
an
you.
honor. It's an honor.
Everyone
honor.
that's walked in through this door so far before we opened, kudos to all of you. We couldn't have done it without you.
Honor.
You've given us our platform, dude. You've given us our platform, all of you.
And
guys.
we're not done here, boys.
No, we're just getting started.
Oh man, this is
we
incredible.
got a computer now. We got our computers now. we got
We got
Wi-Fi,
guests
boys.
coming in, and these guys are gonna go really far, guys. And I'm gonna do a part 2 talking about culture, outcomes, goals, and then visions with you guys eventually in the future. But this is just an intro to the culture and what you guys are building. I'll show you guys their handles down below in the description as well, and I'll also be showing you a little snapshot of the gym, just showing you the progress. And of course, if you guys want more, give your handles, guys. Like we need handles. I want to know where you guys are at, where people can find you.
I'm on everything now. I'm actually trying to get on everything. John X Pineda on Instagram.
Yep.
I don't know my TikTok, but I got a TikTok.
Did we open up
Find
YouTube
me.
yet?
We do have a YouTube.
YouTube.
Yo, Google me, John Pineda. I'm the first one that shows up. So
Right on.
I think,
Okay, there you
I
go,
think
there you
it's
go.
okay, baby.
You can search his name up and something will come up. I said that.
Yeah.
And
it's
hold
out
on,
there.
let's not forget you. Where are we gonna find you?
Bro, I got 2 things, okay? I got Olivier Falcis, which is my main account.